want y'all listening to those people that say, oh, well, if your boss said it, you would do it. No. My boss said it and I did it, but now because I did that, I already distributed the energy that I had for the day. So now I need discipline to make sure that I get done for myself what I said I was going to. Nobody's gonna believe in you for you. You need to believe in you, because the only person that's gonna do the work for you is you. So you need to believe that you can do it, and then you need to do it. That's how it works. Nobody ever wants to do anything all the time. That's not real. And that's what they want you to think, because that's what's gonna keep you from getting to where they are, so that they don't have competition. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the Makita Guide to Self-Reinvention. So I know y'all thinking, oh, another guru, another person who's giving us the same advice. No. Because one thing I'm going to do with y'all is keep it real. I'm not going to just tell y'all wake up at 5 a.m. and start eating healthy salads and stuff. That's not how you reinvent yourself. That whole 12 hours to reinvent yourself in 15 hours. Reinvention is a full 180 from the position you are now to the position you want to be. You think you could do that in 12 hours? People are creatures of habits. Okay? People are creatures of comfort. So it takes a lot more than just, oh, I think it and I am, to make yourself reinvented. Let me fill y'all in on when to know it's time to reinvent yourself, and then let me give y'all tips and tricks on how to do it. And just to be clear, these tips and tricks are for exclusive members only. So if you do not have a key card, get yourself a key card and join Key Club. Hit the subscribe button. Love y'all. Let's get started. The first sign to knowing that you are ready to reinvent yourself is always going to be your environment. Let me tell you why. So you can be living with your parents or your boyfriend or your, whoever, your aunt, and suddenly the way that they come home and just watch TV doesn't align with who you want to be. The way that they don't cook and they always want to order out, they're eating McDonald's, Wingstop, Burger King. The way that they don't exercise, the way that, like just a bunch of things like that. Things like that do not align with where you want to go. If you see yourself as somebody who's working out, who's doing, yoga classes, who's drinking the matcha slow in the morning. I'm going to keep telling y'all, drink the matcha slow in the morning. That's my thing, because I like matcha and I feel like that's really the vibe. And it doesn't have to be matcha, but you know what I'm saying. Get your slow morning going, your peaceful morning. People who don't journal, people who don't pray, people who don't align with who you want to be. And it always starts in your environment, because that's who you allow around you. And the people around you is essentially how you act. It's just kind of like, that's what you know, so that's what you do. But once you know better, you want to do better. But then you want to do better, and the things around you, well, the people around you don't want to do the same. And that's how you know you're outgrowing your environment, and that's how you know it's time for a reinvention. The second sign is that you are craving more luxury experiences in life. Not monetary things like a new purse or new shoes, but you're craving a life, like literally a life. Somebody who can have experiences that you typically can't have at your current stage in life. So you want to be someone who can go to Sprouts and eat the organic foods, or you want to be someone who can do multiple different classes and not just the free classes that they give you during January when everybody wants to start their New Year's resolution. Or you want to be the person who can travel, see the way different people live on different parts of the world, things like that. Once you start feeling those things, it's time for a reinvention. You're craving something that you do not have and have also not experienced. Because remember, when you're reinventing yourself, you're going to be a different person. You're not going to be the same person living that different life. To be where you haven't been before, you have to do things you've never done before. So for you to sit here and think, oh, I'm just going to be who I am and I'm going to get there, not happening. Number 2 is your sign that you need to step it up. Number 3, and this one was very personal to me because I know what it feels like to be here, but it is to not be in touch, aligned with, in accordance of your goals. Like, you're doing things, but you're not doing the things that'll get you to where you want to be. And it's like, you're supposed to be recording that video. You're supposed to be eating healthy at home. You know it, but it's like, it's kind of like a you know it, but it's like, oh, do I have to kind of vibe. It's like, why, like, if I'm doing the thing, because a lot of the time, and I'm keeping it being with y'all, I don't want to lie to y'all, when you're trying to reach a place that you've never been before, you're going to be putting in work with no results the first couple of months, years, or even decades to whatever you're doing, depending on the gravity of it. So for me, it's like, you're always recording a video, you're always doing reels, you're always thinking about your business, but sometimes it doesn't reap the reward that you actually wanted to have. Sometimes you record a video and instead of getting 1,000 views, you get 100, and it's like, you know, it's like, but you're still gonna do it because you're doing something you've never done before to get to where you want to be. You're not always gonna see a result from the action that you took, because I learned from this other YouTuber, nobody cares how much effort, time, and energy you put into something. We care about results, and sometimes the results don't be hitting, and that's what you get from the results. The results of your results is the results. So it's like, sometimes you trying to push for a goal, but sometimes it's like, I'm not pushing, I'm not trying. It's like, if it happens, it happens. That's how you know it's time for a reinvention, because if it happens, it happens is not the energy you want to bring when you're trying to actually become a better person. With those 3 top signs in mind, I'm going to give you guys my key tips on how to go from who you are now to who you must be, who you are destined to be. Because let me tell you, all of us are destined for something great. It's just a matter of you tapping into that energy and getting that person out of you. That energy has to radiate from you so that other people can feel it, because like I told y'all before, you don't get nowhere without knowing nobody. It's just how the world works. So even if you want to do it all alone and do it through the mud and, you know, do whatever, you need to make sure that the energy you are radiating is the energy that people are receiving, because you don't want to give off an energy that nobody wants to be around, because you need those people to get where you want to be. My number 1 tip, and I know y'all heard it before, and I know y'all tired of hearing this, but I'm telling you, this is what it is. Because when people are telling you you need habits, that's just not as far as it needs to go. Not just habits. You need discipline. You need a routine, and you need to be disciplined to the routine. Because a lot of the time you can have a routine. Like, I can have a morning routine, but I could be like, oh, but I don't feel like doing my face mask today. And then I just don't do it. And now I have a pimple the next day. You see, the thing about reactions, results, is that it came from an action. It came from something. So you not doing anything will also have something happen. It just might not be the thing that you wanted to happen. Is that making sense to y'all? I don't want y'all to take it as I'm telling you that you have to do so much, because remember last video I was telling y'all, soft life, hustle culture, you have to pick a balance. But at the same time, you also need to know that if you want to get to where you want to be, you got to do it. That's the thing that I had to learn personally, is that you got to do it. Because I'm so into this whole like, oh, I want to do YouTube and I want to be this and I want to be that. But then when the day comes that I said, okay, I'm going to record a video, it's like, I'm so tired. I don't want to do it. I just don't feel it. Like, and there's so many excuses. You know how easy it is to make an excuse for yourself? You know how easy it is to make an excuse for yourself, and your brain is like, that makes sense. Let's not do the hard work. Let's not stress ourselves out. And it's like, no. Do the work and reap the reward later, because if you rely solely on motivation to get things done, you will never get anything done. Mastering doesn't come from doing it once in a while. Like if you're recording YouTube and you want to be a pro YouTuber, it doesn't come from recording a video once in a while. It comes from recording a video and editing it and seeing where you can come back and rewatching it and then tweaking it and then doing it again. That's where it comes from. It comes from you putting in the work. It doesn't have to be perfect, because nobody is perfect, but it has to be done. And you have to keep doing it. And it has to be done with intention. And that is how you master any craft. By practicing it intentionally. Because anybody can record a video and edit it and upload it. But to master YouTubing, you need to watch the video over. See where you can improve. Edit said videos. Do it again. Discipline over motivation. That is my number one tip. Discipline over motivation. Do not rely on wanting to do this, because I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Nobody ever wants to do anything all the time. That's not real. And that's what they want you to think, because that's what's gonna keep you from getting to where they are, so that they don't have competition. You are not always going to want to work out. You are not always going to want to record a video. You are not always going to want to go to school. It's not something you want to do all the time, and that's perfectly fine. But discipline is what makes you do it anyway. I don't want to do my skincare. Well, I'm going to do it anyway because I said so. The advice I heard from someone once is that, well, if you had a job and they told you to do this, you would do it. And I used to be like, you know what? I agree. I feel like, yeah, why do I do things when my job tells me to, but I don't do it when I want to? But it's because I went to work. It's because I went to work that I don't want to do it. That is why you cannot rely on motivation, because motivation only comes from you having the right amount of sleep. You had a good day. You drank the matcha slow in the morning. There's so many factors into having motivation. You only feel like doing it because you have the energy to do it because you didn't do X, Y, and Z, or because you had X, Y, and Z done. You got your toes done, your lashes done, now you want to do the video. Stop relying on motivation. Because the discipline to go to work and do what they said for you to do, and then to come home and record that video, to come home and still do the workout, to come home, still study for that exam, that's what you need to rely on. I don't want y'all listening to those people that say, oh, well, if your boss said it, you would do it. No! My boss said it and I did it, but now because I did that, I already distributed the energy that I had for the day. So now I need discipline to make sure that I get done for myself what I said I was going to. That is why you need discipline. Make sure y'all work on the discipline over motivation. That is my number one tip if you take nothing from this video. Discipline over motivation. Number two, and this one I want y'all to hear me so clearly when I say this. You have to believe in your ability to change. I tell people all the time, people can 100% change and they 1000% won't, because it is so much harder to take yourself from where you are now to get that 180 change and be who you want to be. You have to put in the work. There's nothing else around it. There's no secret code. There's no message I can give you. It's literally just that. Put in the work. And you have to believe that you can do it. You have to believe that who you are now is not who you will be forever, and who you want to be is existent in another timeline, but you have to reach them. The only way you're going to reach them is to first believe that you can do it. Nobody's going to believe in you for you. That's something I had to learn for me. Nobody's going to believe in you for you. You need to believe in you, because the only person that's going to do the work for you is you. So you need to believe that you can do it, and then you need to do it. That's how it works. That's how you do the 180 change. I don't want to hear none of that, well, I'm tired, or I don't feel like it, or I don't think so, or it's not realistic. How is it not realistic? You thought of the idea. The only thing that's not realistic is you not doing it. You can't change the past, so you claiming something of the past, that's not realistic. You can change your future, so anything you can change is realistic. Don't let me clock y'all tea on Key Club. Don't make me embarrass you in front of the peers. You said you can do it, so now it's time for you to show yourself that you can do it by saying, I can and I will. And then when you get to I will, you say, I did. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. It's not possible. Anything is possible through you. Once you claim it to yourself, it's possible. The thing about possibility and chance is that people keep putting numbers in front of y'all faces, and y'all keep feeling like, well, that's too low for it to even happen. No. Because if you do it and it happens, then what? You were the 1%. You were the 0.00%. Look up the chances of you being born, and you tell me if anything is impossible. You are a miracle in itself, so don't tell me about that's not possible because there's only a 10% chance that you'll make it in the industry. Do it anyway. And believe that you can do it, and then do it even better than what you thought you was gonna do. That's what I want to see. Number 3, and this one is so important to the journey more so than getting started, but I still do think it's important, and it is for you to practice gratitude and positive thinking. I want you guys to think abundantly. A lot of the time we get somewhere from where we started and we're like, but I can do more, I can do better, I can reach further. Sometimes you got to sit in the moment and be like, you know what, I'm doing great. You know what, I'm doing amazing. Actually, I'm living a life that I never thought possible from where I started, and there's only up from here. I don't want you guys to keep chasing and chasing and chasing throughout your journey of change. I want you guys to also sit in levels. What I would do is pick a level. So if you're in school, you can be like, okay, when report cards come out and I get these kinds of grades, now it's time to go somewhere. Now it's time to buy myself something. Now it's time to treat myself to whatever you wanted to treat yourself to. Or if you're recording a video and then the video gets, I don't know, like 100 views as opposed to you normally get like 10, then you're like, okay, I got 100 views, time for a sweet little treat. That's what you need to be doing, taking the level so that you can sit in it and appreciate it, because when you appreciate the moment, you also appreciate the work you put in to get that moment. You don't want to just keep chasing and chasing and chasing. It is draining. It is draining to feel like you're always having to get to another level, to do better, to do your last do, and it's too much. So sometimes I want you guys to just sit there and just embrace whatever it is that you guys were accomplishing, because I'm not saying you always have to be accomplishing something, but I am saying that every once in a while when you do, you got to sit in it and really appreciate the steps it took for you to reach whatever it is that you were striving for. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I gave y'all some good tips and tricks so that y'all know and can recognize and can understand how to navigate this thing we do called life. I love y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Makita, MAK3DA_. Follow my business page on Instagram at luxempulse, and follow my business page on TikTok at luxempulse, and I will see y'all in the next one. And don't forget to get yourself a key card, because Key Club is going up. Bye. Oh wait, I keep messing this up. Bye. Wait, yeah.